Mathsucks!
Hi kids, I am Ms Zoey, and today we will be learning about systems of linear inequalities. First, let me explain what they are. A system of linear inequalities are a set of two or more inequalities which have the same variables such as x and y. The possible solutions from both inequalities overlap. In this section is where the values of the variables satisfy all inequalities in the system. In other words, it is the area where the values obey the rules for both inequalities at the same time. Therefore, give all the possible solutions. Systems of linear inequalities are crucial in everyday life because they allow us to represent and analyze situations which have multiple conditions or constraints. For example, planning a budget where we can only spend a certain amount of money, to how much data you can get from your provider per month, to purchasing food and drinks for a planned party, to even calculating how many gallons of fuel is needed for a rocket ship to travel to Mars. For example, just say we are given these two inequalities. I want to graph these inequalities to find my solution, so I will need to put these into an mx plus c format. To get y on its own, we minus x from both sides. The x's on the left cancel each other out. Then we are left with y is greater than or equal to 5 minus x. This is the same as negative x plus 5. Then, I want x made into a fraction. Negative x is the same as negative 1x. Which is the same as negative 1 over 1x. Therefore, the final inequality to graph is y is greater than or equal to negative 1 over 1x plus 5. Now that we have the first inequality done, let's reformat the second inequality to mx plus c. In this example, I want the y to be a positive y, so I will first add y to both sides. Then we have 2x is less than or equal to 4 plus y. Then I want to isolate y, so let's minus 4 from both sides. Then we have 2x minus 4 is less than or equal to y. This is the same as y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 4. Now we have our system of inequalities ready. Let's graph them to get our solutions. Let's start with the first inequality. We have a y-intercept of positive 5, so we plot the first dot on the number 5 of the y-intercept. Then the slope is negative 1 over 1. So I will go down 1, then across 1, then repeat. Because the inequality is greater than or equal to, I will use a solid line to draw the line. Because y is greater than or equal to, we shade above the solid line like so. Now let's plot the second inequality. The y-intercept is negative 4, so we plot the first point on the negative 4 on the y-intercept like so. Then go up 2, across 1, for the rise over run, then repeat. We also draw a solid line for this one. Because y is also greater than or equal to, we shade above the solid line. Can you see where the two different colors overlap? This is where all of our possible solutions are for this system of inequalities. In other words, any point within this section, including the boundary lines, will be a possible solution. I have a question for you. Which one of these x and y coordinates is a possible solution in our system of inequalities? Which one is included in our solution set? Is it A, 3 and 6, or B, -4, -2? If you said the answer is A, then you are correct. Great job. Let's try a word problem. My friend Rover has opened an ice cream truck. He needs to make at least $500 to profit. He sells the small ice creams for $3 and the large ice creams for $5. He has already sold 30 ice creams today. Can you graph a system of inequalities to represent his situation? What is the first step, Rex?
I can see the key points of information here, so then I will identify the unknown variables x and y. I will make the number of small ice creams sold be x, and the number of large ice creams sold be y. My first inequality will be x plus y is greater than or equal to 30, because he has already sold 30 ice creams and may sell more before the day is over. The second inequality will be 3x, because the small ice creams are $3 each, plus 5y, because the large ice creams are $5 each, is greater than or equal to 500. This is because he needs at least $500 to profit. What should we do next, Joey?
Thanks, Rex. I will use the equations you have provided and convert them into a slope and y-intercept form. I will do this by isolating y. The first inequality, I will subtract x from both sides. Negative 1x is the same as negative 1 over 1x. So I will have y is greater than 1 over 1x plus 30. For the second inequality, I will also isolate y. Subtract 3x from both sides. Then divide both sides by 5. Then, I have y is greater than or equal to negative 3 over 5x plus 100. Would you like to graph these two, Andre?
Sure, Joey. Too easy. I can see the first inequality has a y-intercept of positive 30. Then the slope is negative 1 over 1, so we go down 1, then across 1, then repeat. There is my first line. Now, the second inequality has a y-intercept of positive 100, and then a slope of negative 3 over 5, so I will go down 3, then across 5, then repeat. There is my second line. Because these inequalities are greater than or equal to, I will use a solid line for both. And where the shaded areas overlap is where my solution set lies. In other words, the points within this section represent the number of small and large ice creams Rover needs to sell to make a profit. If Rover sells 90 small ice creams and 120 large ice creams, will he make a profit? Let's check if these values fall in the solution set. So x is 90 and y is 120. So yes, he will profit. We can also put these values in the original inequalities Rex gave us. Both values are also true to these inequalities, so yes, Rover will profit. That is another way we can check for the answer.
Excellent job, you three, on your systems of inequalities. Looks like Rover will need to get to work. Speaking of which, ice cream, anyone?